I want you guys to have a fantastic weekend, and here's why. This might be the last normal weekend that we have for quite some time. I mean, we've got this solar eclipse on Monday, this very rare solar eclipse. Who knows what the fallout from that will be? Plus, that will be combined with several earthquakes. We've already seen a few already. And why not sprinkle in this infestation of locusts that have been dormant for years and all of a sudden will attack mankind? So why not? Then throw in Joe Biden trying to get into a war with Iran for whatever reason he wants to do that. So on that note, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week, or maybe not.
RSBN producer and host Brian Glenn is concerned about some fallout from Monday's total eclipse that included a few things he once heard about in the Bible. So he tossed in something about Biden because you can't scare followers about the eclipse without connecting it to American politics. So after he got dragged around the internet for a while about his video that I would have bet was just a joke, he responded and proved me wrong. He said, "Hey, ex-community notes. Yes, earthquakes and solar eclipses have been naturally occurring since the beginning of time. No argument there. However, these things have been predicted in the Bible as signs and reminders that God is real and foreshadowing Jesus' return. Man doesn't know when he is returning. We just know he will one day. I pray for the non-believers that enjoy mocking me and the symbolism of what's happening right now. There's a lot of good people that will be going straight to hell. It saddens me to say this. I didn't even know or believe this part, but his girlfriend is Marjorie Taylor Greene and was also spending her time posting about the dangers of an eclipse. So maybe they were just having a relaxing weekend of playing biblical board games before things really got out of control. She posted this: God is sending America strong signs to tell us to repent. Earthquakes and eclipses and many more things to come. I pray that our country listens. And I wonder if Brian gave her any signs to the fact that he's done some pretty egregious things in the eyes of MAGA conservatives too, like dressing in drag. And we all know that putting on dresses definitely brings along the apocalypse.
I could tell you, I think a lot of people are up now. They're all hashtag I am up. Of course, come and check it out here. Starts on Saturday. I'm kicking these shoes off, but I may keep the pantyhose on. It does feel kind of good, actually. I'm not going to pee in them, I promise. Send it back to the studio.
Not only was he happily wearing a dress, but those pantyhose really made him feel good. Maybe the earthquake was just God finally paying the Northeast back for Brian's day in a skirt. You would think that Governor Huckabee's state of emergency surrounding the eclipse was due to the evil existence of Democrats, based on how these guys approach anything worth discussing. The party has promoted and uplifted the craziest of MAGA to be the standard bearers of the party, when they just keep feeding as many crackpot fears as they can.
And the one thing I've always found about Marjorie is she's a very serious legislator that deals with policy. And the best way to deal with anyone like that is sit down and talk to them. I don't believe the speaker has spoken to Marjorie.
Marjorie helped run his ass out of Congress 35 seconds after he got the speaker's gavel. But McCarthy just can't separate himself from his rigorous training as a lapdog. The problem that Marge and Anchor Brian have is that they take their fearmongering too far too quickly. Finding a way to connect political issues to an eclipse is an art form that's been perfected by Fox News.
A rare celestial event collides with a policy failure on the ground. The southern border will be directly in the path of totality today when the moon covers the sun for nearly 4 minutes.
We are told that officials are bracing for higher traffic than usual, and that means a real opportunity for smugglers and cartels and migrants to come right in. Fox News has reporters far and wide following the total solar eclipse as it crosses the U.S., but the first location of totality is actually the southern border.
So God made sure that the first place that the eclipse would hit the United States is at the southern border, which simply means the event happens there. Or does it mean something else that's incredibly disconnected?
Eagle Pass actually expected to be the very first spot in all the United States where the totality of this eclipse is supposed to be seen, but that is only if the weather cooperates. And right now it's not looking too good. We got forecasted overcast skies all day long here in Eagle Pass today. And while everybody's going to be looking up, if you're looking down here at the border, here's some of what you're going to see. Take a look at this video from nearby New Mexico, which is seeing a surge of illegal alien evaders and gotaways. Our team shot this over the weekend in Sunland Park, New Mexico. You'll see illegal immigrants dressed in dark clothing, sometimes camouflage, actively trying to sneak into the United States as suspected cartel scouts and coyotes watch from a mountain above.
So while we're all looking up at the eclipse like a bunch of idiots, all those pesky migrants are going to take that opportunity to tiptoe right past officials and agents mesmerized by this life-changing event. It's a good thing Fox News is all over this story so that we can be aware of the eclipse of caravans. But if only Donald Trump was still in office, we could rest easy knowing that he won't let an eclipse distract him